Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I have an account for you tonight from Hackney, and it's from 2002, so it's not current, but it gives me an idea of how I can show you how the map works and a little bit on the green corridor, so you'll be able to do it yourself using this map. Um, and we'll get into that in a minute, but the account's called Police Hunt a Criminal Chimp. Now, most people would just pass this by, but I've added it to the map simply because of some of the characteristics that he talks about, and I put it on there when Warren sent it to me, just basically, so it's on there and I've got the data for later. But this is it. It says it's to 10th of June 2002. Police in London are hunting a chimpanzee reported to have broken into a flat and stolen a mobile phone and electrical equipment. Officers received reports of burglaries at 7:45 and 8:40 on Sunday at separate addresses in Gore Road, Hackney, East London. The Scotland Yard spokesman said only small items of personal property were taken, a mobile phone and parts of a stereo system. The caller of the second burglary confirmed to police he had seen an ape disappearing from the premises. It's weird, I don't know whether to believe it or not. Mustafa Riyat said he had been woken in his ground floor flat on Sunday morning to find a large figure with 5 foot long hairy arms towering over him. I saw this hairy black chimpanzee coming through the window, the 43-year-old teacher, pardon me, told the Sun newspaper. It was broad and muscular, and I was frightened of being bitten. The first raid had been just 20 doors away at a ground floor flat belonging to Gina Davidson, according to the Sun. The DVD player was moved, and a watch is now missing, the 23-year-old told the newspaper. Police dusted my flat for fingerprints, but how will that help catch a chimp? The police spokesman said a fair at the nearby sprawling Victoria Park had been checked for apes, but they did not have any. We have our greatest minds on this one, he said. Another resident, Tony Morgan, said he thought the chimpanzee may have got into his house also. What I got up to on Sunday was strange. All the stuff was on the floor in the middle of the room. So I know someone got in to nick something, but nothing was gone, and whether it was a chimpanzee or not, I don't know, he told the BBC. The bloke down the road said he'd been robbed by a chimpanzee, and I just thought it was a wind-up. But when I looked at the window and the way it was open, I began to think it might be true. When the woman came down to take fingerprints, she couldn't get any proper prints. They were all kind of smudged. It's weird. I don't know whether to believe it or not, to be honest. Police said they did not disbelieve people who thought they had been woken by a chimpanzee, and they were looking for a suspect who is 3 foot tall with a large amount of luxurious dark hair. Officers are advising residents not to leave large bowls of bananas in prominent positions and to leave their windows closed. So they took that incredibly seriously, didn't they? So we look at Gore Crescent and it's incredibly inner city. And even I at first thought, oh, I don't know about this. But there's a very small corridor that Gore Crescent is attached to, and it's Victoria Park in Hackney. And the only trouble I can see is getting from here to the next account is Welsh Street Common. There's a little railway line there that runs along just past Wick Street and then on to Mabley Green. So it's that small stretch there that's about, I don't know, I'd say about 150 yards. I can't really tell on the map, but it's incredibly small. It's where Hackney Wick would be, and the railway line runs there. And there is a little green corridor that runs through that, so you would just have to skirt one main road really to get onto Mabley Green. Once you get onto Mabley Green and I pull out, you're already on the Hackney Marshes. Wick Woodland and Daubney Fields is the Hackney Marshes. And that's the very first account on there of the Hackney Marsh Bear comes from there. And as you pull out again, you will start to see the other accounts that line up and kind of run into a line using this little corridor all the way down to Gore Crescent. And you could, theoretically, get anywhere you wanted once you were there. You would also be able to skirt round, but Woodford, Romford, that kind of way, and hit the Thames, and off you go. So I don't know if anything ever comes in about this. I'll get back to you. But 16 years ago, I highly doubt there's still people living in that area that were there at the time. But I will message the police force. I don't hold out much hope with the things that they said in the newspaper, but I can also reach out to the BBC and see if they have still got anything on the story, or that the reporter got something else that they didn't use in the story at the time. So I'll do what I can to try and track a little bit more down. But if you're in the Hackney area, or you work in the Hackney area, or your relatives do, I would ask around and see if anybody remembers this story. As I say, it was 2002, it was June, so it would have been summer. 10th of June 2002, so it would have been nice. It would have been summer. People were probably out and about, I would imagine, about 7:45, getting Sunday. So some of them still would have been heading into church, has to go and do leisure stuff and things like that. We just don't know, do we? So if you're out there and you know anything about this chimpanzee, let me know. Until next time, good night.